the Song of Healing.
I
From
think I need it for my back because my back is hurting.
what?
I said I think I need that song for my back because my back is hurting. It's Song of Healing.
I was like, what? Okay.
But what is this song about?
It's about healing.
What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Nintendo Friends, where we talk about everything gaming, but mostly Nintendo. I'm your host, Hector/Doe, and with me, as always, is my co-host and fellow gamer, Abel. How are you doing today, Abel?
What's up, guys? I'm doing great. It's great to be back. It's been a while.
It's been too long, man. I mean,
Yeah.
you got married?
I know a lot has happened in my life.
Jeez, tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, I got married. I moved in with my beautiful wife. Like, we have our own place now. So I needed like a month or two to just
Get his stuff together.
get stuff together. Yeah, I gotta get my setup and everything. Like, we were just trying to
They have a beautiful apartment, by the way. It's like
Yeah.
it's really nice.
Thanks,
I really
man.
like it.
I appreciate it.
So
Yeah, well, we were just getting all our stuff situated, and so I needed a little bit of time for that, but we're back in the groove. I'm getting back in the Nintendo Friends groove. Technically, now we're more than just Nintendo Friends, Hector and I, because, my wife is his sister, so technically, we're Nintendo family.
we're a harem. Oh, so yeah. Sorry, I meant we're a Nintendo
family.
But no, yeah, definitely. It's nice to have a brother-in-law, and you get to do a podcast with, especially with guys. Things have grown. We got merch. Look at this merch. Look at this sick merch. We've hit triple digits from selling our merch, and we thank you guys so much. And for those who haven't gotten merch yet, like, go out and get it. It's nice merch. A lot of people really like it. And it's just been really nice. It's been really cool. TikTok followers have gone up. We're almost at 1,000. We just recently hit 150 subscribers here on YouTube. But this is the first podcast. We want to get back to doing these podcasts. What started it all. It started as a podcast. We are a YouTube channel now, but we that's what started it. Right? So we're back at it again with a topic that I think is not really done a lot. I mean, I know people have done it before, but I don't think people do this a lot. And that is our top 10 most underrated Zelda instrumental tracks. It's 5 songs that each of us has picked out, and we're gonna go ahead and share it, what we think is an underrated Zelda song. Alright, so for the first one, I have down, and this is in no particular order. We're just gonna go back and forth. We're not rating these, this is just tracks that we've pulled that we think. But the first one I have is Groos's theme.
Yep.
And that's from Skyward Sword. Groos was the villain / bully of Link, and just
a real thorn in his side for a while there.
Grade A douchebag, But the I love the theme because it's you don't forget it. Like, it's like it's got this like really, what is it, a tuba?
Yeah, it's this really
and it's
really
like,
strong brass.
Yeah.
That just like, it really emphasizes like how wimpy he actually is, even though he's this like towering, like,
he looks like this just
man-child.
Flamboyantly over macho, but kind of, I don't know, like, he's like, you don't
compensating
know
for something.
Yeah, for something, like, but he's a very likable villain.
Yeah,
I
for
think
sure.
because he's funny. Like, it's funny to, like, you're happy to kind of see him, like, in his misfortune, like any type of misfortune that comes his way, you don't mind it, you know. So it's like, oh, he deserves it. But but that's, I think that the track, the reason why I think it's underrated is because it really does convey that, like, who he is.
Yeah.
And I think that it matches him perfectly, and I think that it goes unnoticed.
Yeah.
I don't hear people talk about it a lot, so.
The music in general in Skyward Sword is so, like, majestic and so orchestral on all these sweeping ballads and stuff like that. It's nice to kind of have this little, just a goofy song, for a goofy character, and like something that you don't really take too seriously, but every time you listen to it, you can't help but like chuckle a little bit, especially if you know the character. So I think that shows that I think that shows that the song on its own has a lot of character to it. So
Yeah,
I think
sure.
I think it's a great pick. I think it's a great way to start off the list. So the next song that we have on the list is the original Game Over theme for the original Legend of Zelda from 1986. It's this very soft little like chime melody that you hear once you get a game over.
Yeah.
Most video games are like accustomed to having like this really like dun 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 or something like that whenever you get a game over. But something about this theme, man, it's just so pretty. When I would play the original Zelda game, because don't get me wrong, the original Zelda game, the one for NES, is pretty hard. Like, you know, you don't really have any direction. You're kind of just thrust in there.
It does not hold your hand.
It
at
really
all.
doesn't, yeah. And
Yeah.
you know, you don't know what's a friend and what's a foe. You know, so when you get that first game over game, it can be frustrating, but you're greeted with this kind of pretty little gem of a song that I think, you know, it makes you feel like, oh, okay, this wasn't so bad. You know what? I got a game over, but let's try it again. You know, so I always like that about the song. And
Okay. It's nice. That's a nice one. Next we have is Sheik's theme, and that's from Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I really don't know too much about this track, but I picked it because we were listening, we were trying to go like think of songs, and this came up, and I was like, oh, I have a playlist that I make, you know, like whether it be lo-fi playlists or like Zelda playlist, Mario playlist,
Yeah.
you know, like, and I had this came up, and I was like, oh, I know this, I've listened to it, you know, from listening to the playlist. I know what this is. It's Sheik's theme, but I don't know like I forget where exactly, like if it plays, you know, where in the game. But I like, oh, you know, I really do like this melody.
So like the setting of it is like it'll always, literally every single time Sheik is on screen, this theme will play. So like it's pretty cool because, you know, it's usually right before you enter a temple or something like that. Sheik will just kind of come out of nowhere and like, you know, give you some crazy, you know, mysterious advice, and then teach you a song, you know, that will help you teleport to the temple and stuff like that. And then of course, spoiler alert for a game that's over 20 years old now, but obviously,
if you haven't played it, you should play it by now.
yeah, I should play it by now, but still giving out a warning, just fair warning. Sheik does end up being Zelda. Yeah. So I think it's pretty cool because it adds like a little bit more depth to the character, because otherwise Sheik is just kind of like this unknown, like weird kind of like masked character that we don't
Like
really
the
know
scarf.
about. Yeah. Yeah.
But I think this track just really, again, it captures so perfectly that character, and it belongs to that character. Like you can like, it just matches it so well.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's one of the reasons why we should have added this one to it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So the next one we have on the list is something from a really recent game. It's from Breath of the Wild, but it's Cass's theme.
Ooh.
Yeah. Now, I really love this theme. I have always loved that, like, kind of European, like, gypsy sounding accordion type deal. And I think this song has so much character.
It's just like accordion-y, like, right?
Yeah, it's the accordion.
Concertina or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
Like the little
exactly.
piano. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So, but in the game, it's whenever you see Cass, like wherever he happens to be, like he'll be on top of like a tower or something, and you'll just see him sometimes. But like you'll know it's him because you'll start to hear the music the closer you get
You
to
can
him.
hear it like in the distance.
Yeah, like you'll hear it in the
Yeah.
distance, but then as you get closer to him, you'll actually see him playing the accordion, and you'll see him. Yeah, you'll hear the song, and so I always thought that was cool because you know, in Breath of the Wild, like don't get me wrong, their music is great, but
Sure.
there are times where like you know, it's just kind of quiet or it's just kind of dead. Sometimes, unless you like
one piano note.
yeah, like occasionally, unless you like run into like an enemy or something. But it's nice to just every now and then, like you'll start to hear it a little bit, and then you're like, oh shoot, he's around here somewhere. It's a cool theme. I like the accordion. I like the vibe of it. So yeah, I think it's super underrated.
Yeah, for sure. Next one we have is Skyloft from Skyward Sword.
Yep.
And this is the theme for the town up in the sky, you know. It's like this kind of loft in the sky.
Yeah, almost like a
Skyloft.
loft sky.
Oh, that too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I know we talk about this a lot, and I know I hate on it a lot, like playing around, but I do think that the biggest reason why I like Skyward Sword better than Twilight Princess, the music in Skyward Sword really, I latched onto it really,
right.
like so
it resonates
much.
with you.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
And like this was one of those biggest tracks that like attracted me to it.
Yeah.
And this Skyloft is like, it's so nostalgic already, and I only played it like what, 2 years ago for the first time. So it was like, you know, just it captures like the youthfulness, the positivity, the town, the bustling town, and how everybody gets along, and it's got that youthful playfulness. Everyone's like, it's a happy society.
Yeah.
And I love it. The style, like Skyward Sword, is like they try to mix that Twilight Princess animation with the Wind Waker kind of cartoony animation, you know, like a painting almost, you know.
For sure.
You know, in that animation, and it captures it so well. Again, every song that I pick, for the most part, it captures something. It captures the essence of a character, the essence of a town, you know, like
place, a person.
Yeah, it sets the mood, man. It sets the tone. You know, and for the player to be like, okay, this is where I'm at. Like, I can chill. I can like explore. I'm free to explore. I'm free to.
You feel safe there.
Yeah,
you know?
It's a safeness too.
It's almost like Pallet Town or something. It's just one of those like you always feel at home.
Exactly.
Like you know,
it's a nice little like calming thing.
Yeah.
When you're on the ground, you can go back. There's these little statues that you can go to, and you can go back to it, back to Skyloft, and just to hear that music again.
Yeah.
But it's great. That's why I picked it.
So the next one we have on our list,
you know all about that.
Is the Astral Observatory from The Legend of Zelda: Majora's Mask. Now, as many of you guys know, The Legend of Zelda: Majora's Mask is my favorite Zelda game, hands down. I'll say it till the day I die.
I've never finished it, so
yeah, I know.
That's on me. But like, go ahead.
And I will never forgive you for that, but just kidding. But it's my favorite. Oh. Stop the recording.
It's confusing.
Yeah. So the setting of this theme is that when you first start the game, you end up in Clock Town. You're a Deku scrub. Your life sucks. You just lost Epona. Like
you're a scrub. Your life sucks.
Yeah, you're a scrub. Your life sucks.
That's
but like
good.
The Skull Kid has literally just robbed you dry of everything.
Sheesh.
You don't have your ocarina. You're with a fairy that's like constantly bossing you around.
Oh no.
So in order to retrieve the ocarina back and also retrieve your horse back and everything, and you know, confront the Skull Kid, you have to first find him. So in order to do that, you have to go to this observatory that's like hidden underneath, like it's like a hidden pathway that you have to go underneath the sewer to get to and stuff like that. And so when you finally make it out of the sewers that are like really nasty, and then you end up in this like really shiny, rainbowy, like crazy, like when I was a kid and I played this was like one of my favorite areas in the entire game, just because it's like so pretty. You have all these stars and like this weird like telescope looking thing. And so you get to look out the telescope, and then what do you know, you see the Skull Kid on top of the moon. And you know, as you're there in the Astral Observatory, and this theme is playing in the background of everything. And let me tell you guys, this theme is so pretty. There is just so much like character to this theme. Like I can't.
You're passionate about it.
Yeah, I can't gush about it enough. Like I love this theme, and I feel like not a lot of people know it. You know,
I didn't know it.
It's very ethereal. It's got a very space. Well, obviously it's an observatory, so it's got a very space vibe to it. You know, which is kind of out of pocket for a Zelda game. You know, you don't really think of space when you think of Zelda. You know, so it's really cool.
Super Zelda Galaxy.
Super Zelda Bros Galaxy. Not a lot of Zelda themes sound like it. It's pretty, you know, one of a kind. So that's why I put it on this list, and I feel like it doesn't get enough appreciation.
Next we have Lon Lon Ranch, and it's kind of like Zelda. There's several Zelda tracks that have this. It sounds the same, it's the same song as something else. Kind of like with Saria's song and Lost Woods. You know how it's like it's kind of the same song. This is kind of the same song as Epona's song. But this plays in Breath of the Wild a lot when you go to the stables.
Right? Oh yeah.
There's
been like so many different renditions of it.
Yeah, so like that's why I like it a lot, because it reminds me of that. But like it was Long Ranch. You know,
Yeah.
Back in Ocarina of Time.
Yeah.
And that's where it first came out, I believe.
Yeah.
And it's very, again, it captures a feeling.
Yeah, you feel like you're in a ranch.
Yeah, like a ranch.
Yeah,
Not a ranch.
We're like, about to rake the leaves and take out the horses and put the pigs in the trough and.
Put the pigs in the trough. The pigs eat from the trough.
Yeah, the pigs eat the trough.
You don't put the pigs in the trough.
Right.
But yeah, like it just captures that feeling of the horsies and like especially me. In Tears of the Kingdom, I've in Breath of the Wild I only had one horse. In Tears of the Kingdom I have like 5. So like
you got a whole stable of horses.
I'm going to and from the stables a lot, especially, and also like I don't think it's that hard to rack up gems or like rupees in Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom. So like I'm pretty good at finding stuff and selling stuff and making my my pocket, the
your
money.
Dues.
Yeah, like I do very well. But so like I'm constantly there at the stable, like to sell to that guy who's inside. But that's why I come back to it and I'm just like, oh, this is so good. Like at Long Ranch, it's like it's so great.
So the next one on the list is the organ theme that Ganondorf plays in The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time.
Ganon's organs?
No, Ganon Organ. Organ theme.
He lives in
Ganon.
Oregon. It's played on an organ.
It's played on an organ.
Got it.
Yeah.
On a heart.
Yeah, no. I'm sure everyone here who's played Ocarina of Time like knows this song, but at the same time, like I
they
feel
don't
like
know what it's called.
Yeah, or that, but then also too like they don't really take the time to like appreciate it, And so like I wanted to do that here. I wanted to take the time to really like think about it and appreciate.
Let it have its day.
Yeah, let it. Yeah, give it. Give it.
As with all of these, but yeah.
Yeah. Just give it its fame that it rightfully deserves. Because this theme, man, like I said, anyone who's played Ocarina of Time knows this theme. When you're going up those stairs, actually, when you're in Ganon's castle, you hear it ever so faintly. Yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
And so, like, as soon as you get to the point where you're, like, starting to go up the trials, I guess, like, you're fighting the bosses, then you go up the stairs, you fight more, and then you go up the stairs more, and the organ gets louder and louder and louder, until eventually you get to the last part, to where you're just going up the stairs, and as a kid, like, you're sweating, like, your hands are, like, shaking and stuff like that, and you're like, oh my god, I'm getting closer to the freaking organ, like, what's going on, and this organ theme is just getting louder and louder and louder until you eventually, like, get to those doors, and then you see Ganon playing the organ, and it's, like, the most, like, suspenseful, like, menacing thing in the world to you as a kid. And it's just such a crazy theme. Like, it's, I think it's cool. Like, it's such a great way to build tension before that final boss fight.
What I'm hearing is that it traumatized Abel as a young child.
I was very traumatized.
He was. And that's why he likes it.
Like, it elicited such a strong emotional response. I'm just imagining,
like, little you in, like, a dark room, like, playing at night and just, like, scared out your mind. Scared out your mind.
Well, there was times, like, I guarantee you when... like the first time I played it, I almost remember vividly that I stopped like midway through going up the stairs, and I was like, I contemplated like going back down. I was like, I don't think I'm ready for this. I think I need more potions or something. Like, I don't, this is too much, man. I can't do this.
Yeah.
So I think that theme is super underrated, and so I think it was perfect for this list.
Last one that I have is Ballad of the Windfish, from my favorite Zelda game of all time, Link's Awakening. This track, it really is the theme, I guess. Well, not the main theme of the game, but it's like the main song of the game. It's the song of the Windfish, and when Marin first sings it, it's very like pretty, it's so. And then you get to play it on your little ocarina. I don't know why I'm doing this. Like, it's a flute. Ocarina is like this. It's that whole, like, legend of, like, the windfish. It's this, like, very mysterious being in the game, because you know nothing about it other than, like, what the island, animals or even, like, the island people tell you about it. It's very mysterious, and it's very, like, slowly you get to learn more about this windfish. And, that track is very, like, it's very very sweet, but very eerie at the same time.
Yeah.
And it's complex. It's more complex than people think it is, or than it appears to be. That's why, I think that's probably my favorite underrated Zelda track ever.
That really is like one of the best like indicators of a really underrated song, is that there are people who are so passionate about it, but yet there are so many people that don't even know it exists,
Don't even know.
Yeah, and so that's like one of the main reasons why we even wanted to do this video in the first place, is because we wanted people to know, like, hey, these songs are out there, and they're awesome. And that actually brings us to my last, or my favorite underrated Zelda track, which for me, big shocker.
Where's it from?
It's from The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask.
Oh,
yeah.
I think that is kind of funny that like the last ones that we picked are from our favorite games.
Yeah,
I think
honestly, yeah.
I don't think we didn't do it on purpose. It's crazy.
Yeah.
All right.
I know, it's cool how it works like that, but also too, it's crazy because the song that I have picked is the Song of Healing. From
I think I need it for my back because my back is hurting.
What?
I said I think I need that song for my back because my back is hurting. It's Song of Healing.
I was like, what? Okay.
But what is this song about?
It's about healing.
All right, cool.
It's the Song of Healing from The Legend of Zelda. It's the Song of Healing from The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask.
Okay, and now I've never played this before.
Yeah.
Where in the game does it come out, and like, what is it? What is it about this song that you like?
Right. So the first time you hear this song is literally right after Skull Kid turns you into a Deku Scrub right at the beginning of the game, steals your horse. You're stuck with this fairy again that's like super annoying and stuff like that, and doesn't even like you. Yeah, it's
you're a scrub and no one likes you.
Essentially, you've just been turned into a scrub and no one likes you, and you enter into this like weird well area, and you hear the song playing, and you're like, oh, this is a very pretty song. So you go up, and then all of a sudden you're greeted by the mask salesman, and this is before you even enter Clock Town and stuff like that, because you realize you're actually in the clock tower. So the mask salesman teaches you the Song of Healing. He plays it on a piano that's actually there, which is pretty creepy. But he teaches you the Song of Healing.
This dude just has a random piano in the clock tower.
He literally does. Has like a random piano in the clock tower.
Phantom of the Opera.
I know.
Phantom of the Clock Tower.
He's a weird dude. But anyways, and it pretty much just turns you into a regular Link again, essentially, and it turns
okay.
Yeah, that's how you get the Deku mask, because he heals you essentially.
Okay.
So there are so many reasons that I love that song, and it just means a lot to me. So that's my pick, the Song of Healing.
That wraps up another episode of Intemperance, guys. We hope you really like this topic. If you're watching this on YouTube, make sure to like and subscribe. You can always listen to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, the Anchor app, and as well as YouTube. Thank you so much for joining us. See you next time.